What's up, Uplanders? Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you're celebrating this time of year. Happy to celebrate with you. I'm really excited to share. I was recently on the UPX Podcast. This is the longest running podcast for Upland. They have amazing content, and they interviewed me about this challenge that we're doing to win the FIFA stadium together, to win the Qatar stadium. It's going on right now. We have till the 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So you can see here, as it currently stands, we are at 5th place, but we're actually in 4th place once this list updates because we have 770,000 points fan score. You can see I'm getting trades pretty much nonstop. People are trading me their legits almost all night. It's crazy. But I just wanted to give you that quick update, but let's jump right into the podcast where Thank Me Later and Too Stupid to Win, the hosts of this UPX podcast, asked me some really great questions and brought out some really great information about how everything will work with this challenge. You can join right now. You have nothing to lose. Even if we don't make it to first, but I'm confident that we will, you are guaranteed to win something and have ownership. Let's jump right into the podcast. I really love community challenges. I really love seeing what we're capable of, and the Upland community is like one of the coolest online communities I've ever found. And so I knew it was going to be hard. And but as soon as I released the video, people just started, like, a lot of people, without even asking questions or doing anything, just started sending me their legits. Other people I have to talk to, and I'm really planning to make a big push the next few days to DM some people. The nice thing is we have the list of all the people who have all the mementos, And so and now you can DM people in the game. That's kind of the next big push that I'm going to start doing, especially people that are below 100. Like, there's plenty of people who aren't going to win anything, who, maybe took a chance at it, thought they could. They have nothing to lose, right? Like, yeah, I could go after the top 10 people, but they're all sitting pretty to win a car. But I even think some of the people, who are in the top 10 may realize, okay, I have 3rd place pretty locked in. Like, I'm 100,000 above so-and-so, so I could send Loyal Doyle 50,000 of my points and then still keep my position and have the opportunity to win, equity in the number 1 position, right? So that's kind of my call to people. And if I start actually communicating with a lot of these people in the top 10 and be like, hey, maybe we can actually work together to be like, hey, what are you going to stay at? And maybe people can start agreeing on positions and then also sending me their excess, So I'm pretty confident because we have lots of game plans that we could do to pull this off.
No, I'm fascinated to see how that goes, because in theory, if you did that, everybody goes down 1, right?
Yep,
so
everybody goes down 1. Yep.
Yeah. So
I think it's pretty, at this point, I know some people may disagree, but I think I'm pretty much guaranteed to get 2nd place with the momentum I've had. So, I mean, that's my
what's 2nd place
egotistical view on it. We're making really good progress. So I think that position's already going to be locked anyway. So
2nd place gets you 0.75 spark, 500,000 UPX, and the Series 1 FIFA trim.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I think is really unique with this event is I'm pitching that this is going to, everyone who has ownership in it gets a say in what we do with it. So it's actually if you imagine this many people all in on one building, the community effort behind that one building, what we could do with it, we could turn it into a business that we're all generating income from. And like I said, people get a percentage ownership based on how much points they add. So, if someone adds
Well, yeah, you sold
Someone
Wolf
could have way
Warner.
more than me if they add that much, right?
Wolf Warner says he's in.
So for
So-
the people that didn't watch your video, how are you breaking up the ownership of the? You just like, are you going to do something on wax? Are you
Mind
gonna?
if I share my screen? Actually, let's see.
Yeah, go for it.
Grom Brindle with Upland Optimizer, just because he already has his data. It was really easy for him to just throw a quick, query to show people who trade their legits with me, their FIFA legits, are getting on this board. So you can see Ocho 1937, currently our highest one, has added about 50,000 points.
Nice.
And that's just one player, right? So I think it's always been like the next biggest guy is coming in like after they see someone else. So every time we get like, I think at the first it was like Rycry and Dr. Dragon were the highest. Then Kenny came in, and it's literally been like, then Ryan's Block came in, and then 38 Bricks came in and was the highest. And now Ocho came in like today and yesterday and just destroyed. So I think we're going to see the next person come in and give like 100,000 points, the next big person to come in. And then it just doesn't take that many people to actually get there.
Yeah.
But you're confident that you can close a 1.7 million point gap or anything else that he can do between now and what do we have left?
We have till the 28th, so there's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of time.
That is a lot. That's actually a fair amount of time.
Yes.
I mean, you could pull this off in 24 hours just with the right effort.
So now,
that's a lot of clicking for 24 hours. I mean, I remember when,
that's
a lot of
the nice thing
clicking.
is it's saved in my messages, right? So if I just see that it's like the trade that I accepted, it moves fairly quickly. Like these 50,000 points, I probably got done in a combined like 10 minutes. So it's really like, really
so
good.
Is there a strategy though that you would, well, first of all, how are you getting all the burners for this?
So that's one of the compelling offers I had is like, hey, I was one of the bigger investors in NFLPA legits. So, and that way we're not losing any points. So I'm accepting trade offers for my NFLPA essentials for any FIFA memento, right? And the cool thing is people are getting these back. Like I'm not going to steal anyone's. They just submit the trade offer back and they're going to get it back.
Bundles would definitely be helpful.
The other thing I'm doing though that I started doing is FIFA essentials for FIFA essentials, just because there's going to be people trying to scam me. There already have been people like trying to trade their really low value like FIFA essential for like my Tom Brady away jersey. You know what I mean? And I'm not accepting those because people are going to try to take advantage of me as well. Which
is
to lose.
Horrible.
But so I'm accepting FIFA essentials for other essentials that are higher value. So I cut it off at 40,000. So I have thousands of FIFA essentials like with 10 to like 35 points. You know what I mean? In that range, there's thousands. And then people are trading me theirs that are 40 to 160 points, I think is like the highest essential. So that there's a lot of people just getting a lot of value just doing it that way, So even if they didn't invest big into the packs that gave you really good mementos, if they bought a lot of essentials, they can just switch me with their higher value essentials for my lower value essentials. And then again, we'll trade those back after the thing. So, I mean, my call is people really have nothing to lose if they're willing to take the risk with me and potentially a lot to gain. Either way, we're going to win something. And it's not only if we get the stadium are we going to split the ROI from that. We're going to, if we get one of the cars, we're going to, if we decide as a group to sell that car, then we'll just split the UPX, right? So, and if we get second place and don't quite make it to first, then we're probably going to get mint number 1 of the FIFA exclusive car that's like 1 of 5 or whatever, right? So,
well, no, I think they're 3 1-of-1s.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't. I thought they're all the win. I thought there's 4 that are from the winning team.
And Boulder wants to know how do you trade away something how do you not trade away something that someone else has traded you?
Because again, I'm only trading my NFLPA legits for mementos. So I have plenty of those, and then I'm only accepting trades for the essentials that are lower than 40, and theirs has to be higher than 40. So that way I never trade anyone's away.
Okay. And then just the overall ownership, whatever you guys win, are you going to have that documented on some sort of blockchain with some sort of NFT saying this is your ownership, or just you're using the spreadsheet and you're going to pass it out to everybody and say, hey, here's your ownership on it? Or
From this leaderboard we have here, it's going to show how many points they have, and then that will give a percentage ownership. And I'm only using my raw fan points as well. We're like, everyone's benefiting from the collection boost. No one's getting, it's not like I'm giving myself the value of that collection boost, right?
Oh.
So it's all these raw points that were added to me minus my total raw points is my contribution, right? So gotcha. I'm actually losing a little technically there for allowing I guess those are kind of a wash, but anyway.
Looks like 8th place, Wolf Warner. What place Doyle sitting currently in? Looks like 8th at the moment.
But yeah, if you go to the wait, can I?
Well, I mean, so my question is like, if you
second, third, fourth, and 5th place will be getting the Argentina skin here, this blue.
Oh, okay. So there's 3 of them.
4.
That's second, third, fourth, and 5th. So 4 cars, and I bet these will be mint 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That
so
would make sense.
Second place will get a mint 1 of this.
Yeah.
And 5th place will get a mint 4 of this. And they're
gotcha.
You know, that's what I'm assuming.
Series 1. Wait, can you scroll up again real quick? Series 1. No, yeah, it's just a special edition because I guess the R. I'm just curious about its power output. Like,
and then the gold truck, right, is to all the other ones, right?
Yeah, there's like 15
for 15 gold trucks. Yep.
Yeah, 15 trucks. Yep.
Well, there's 6 days, so I won't have you divulge your strategy over the next 6 days, since Abdullah does listen to the podcast and he knows you're coming. A
mistake if he's like, okay, I'm going to start buying up every
memento
that's for sale in the store, which easily could.
Yeah, what I'm curious is like, is there a strategy from you to like slow, like if I was you, like, and again, I'm a big fan of Big A. I also just like a little David and Goliath story. Like, hey, why not? Let's have a little bit of fun. I'm cheered for you. I've already put if I would have known about it before, I might have split it, but I already promised my girl Sheriff Shaq to try and help her get a gold truck, and
she's killing it too. She's killing it.
Yeah.
Get it.
He's gonna get one for sure.
But you know what? Maybe we could, because like you were saying, if it gets closer, because really we just need the top 15, right? For sure.
Yeah. So Shackleton just needs to be in the top.
I wouldn't risk it because like I'm looking at the top 15. That's going to be competitive though.
6th to
20th.
20th. So that's like guaranteed, I think, at this point for her. Right? That's, I mean, 20th place is at 371,000 right now. She's at 479. So that's over 100,000 over getting a truck as it stands currently.
Yeah.
And again, if I get a lot of these people to give me some of them, you know what I mean? Then it's like maybe we can build a group and agree on what everyone's gonna stay at. That's not always gonna work, but it could.
You'd be surprised in a lot of the games, because when I was playing other games that were kind of like pay to win, the top players got together a lot to kind of do exactly that. Well, and again, if it's a pay to win kind of situation, we would essentially go, how much are you willing to spend to win this? And then we would not like maybe alternate a little bit too, of like, all right, I'm going to let you win this because I don't really want it as much as you. Is there any like thought of like holding back and then like the last day? Because like if you catch up, let's say he's busy on holiday or whatever, and he's not really he doesn't watch the show right now, and then you know, so if all of a sudden like you start catching up and he thinks that you're going to get him, then wouldn't he like buy, like then start buying again? Whereas if like you're like a million below and then you stop, like, but you have like $1 million in trade, which sounds like an insane amount. That's such a huge amount.
How about this? If he listens to this, how about we offer he joins us, and then it's a community owned building, and then he can have like 50% of the value or whatever. There's an option. And then with the power of the community behind it, I think there's more that can be done with that building than just a person by themselves. You know, that's what's really exciting to me about this whole thing, is like that many people with like, you know, ideas spinning about what to do with this, instead of every other property being pretty much singly owned. Right. It's just we've seen the power of nodes, but we haven't seen the power of, this is a node on one property, right? And I think that's a really cool concept. What can we do with it? What ROI can we do with it? Can we get a meta venture on it and then do a bunch of cool community stuff with it? There's so much that can be done. And that's the other pitch, is like, you guys, I'm not making the decision. It's going to be voting based, right?
What they do with the property,
once we win the property, and we're all going to form a group, private group, all of us who have ownership in it, and then it's like a DAO, pretty much, you know.
Gotcha.
You're either onto something or you're on something.
Nice.
Now,
and
that's something that
that's an interesting concept. So hey, Abdallah, if you're listening, here's a chance. You could go from solo to community contributor. I do personally.
And he can still get second place and get a car and have ownership in the building still.
That's a very compelling argument. And the thing, if I was in Abdullah's shoes, well, actually, I probably wouldn't do it. I'd be like, who are you guys? You guys are ants.
Yeah, I get it. I get that too.
But, you know, he owns a lot. And he manages a lot inside the game already. So to then be able to give this over as a community, first, working with the community is huge. And then second, just turning that into a passive income stream that is now supported by the entirety of the community. Because whatever this thing is, it's going to need advertising. It's going to need a push. That's not really where Abdullah plays. Like,
yep.
And so if it's a meta venture out in this tiny space that no one's ever going to visit accidentally, like, you have to be advertising, you have to be driving traffic there. And so I think that's an interesting opportunity.
Yeah. And my channel can drive quite, not a ton, but quite a bit. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, more than nothing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, which is what, if it goes to somebody who doesn't advertise it or like, make something of it, but maybe he's working with somebody else too. Like, there could be some things happening behind the scenes. Don't know.
And that's something that Upland teased way back in the day, of these community properties where the community, you know, you're taking it just one step further. And this is the first time that something big enough's out there that the community can get behind to own. You know, it was teased when Choina first approached Dirk and Edan about Alamo Square, the community, and you know, the birth of building the communities within the game. And a lot of brainstorming was going on of what would happen if we owned Alamo Square as a neighborhood, and what we could do with it. So yeah, this is the first chance and the first opportunity, and I love that you're running with it, and I love that the community's rallying behind it, because back in the beginning, that was, you know, everybody's got their own communities, and the OGs were like, oh, it's just not the same. Well, yeah, it is the same. Everybody's experiencing their beginnings of Upland in their nodes, in their communities. It's just there's a lot going on in the game now.
Yeah, and here's one more thing. Not sure if you guys have thought about this, but every property in Lucelle where the stadium is has had to be earned by big players in the game buying a bunch of legits.
Yes.
So in theory, this is going to be one of the highest value cities based on that alone, because there's not a ton of properties and everyone's had to be a pretty big player who's investing, and then they're awarded these properties. So something big will happen with this city. Like that alone makes it like very compelling, and the resale value of every single property is going to be big. So it could be one of the biggest business hubs because of that. Could be, I mean, there's a lot of potential here. And then owning the core building of that hub, it's just like, it's really big. It's really big in my mind because of that.
Yeah. No, I think, well, Wolf Warner has a great question.
Are you paying out the yield earnings monthly to joint owners like the Woodhood does with their Bel Air farms?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As long as I hold it, I mean, the community might vote, if co-owners vote like, oh, let's sell this as soon as we can, then that's what we'll do. But absolutely, paying the monthly earnings, that's the easiest way to do it. Look at what it earns monthly, have a day of the month that you pay out that percentage.
The irony there is there's only one player I know that would be able to buy it.
Yeah.
And it would be the guy you tried to beat.
Well, and that's where it's going to be really enticing to try to turn it into a business opportunity, you know, sell it. The other thing, though, is businesses coming into the game, you know, I've been interviewing, I did an interview with this other like Web3 gaming company that's trying to get into the Upland community, and they have this like arena in their game, and it's like that could be a compelling building for them to own, is this arena where they, and you know, so there's other opportunity to maybe reach out to a business and sell it to another Web3 gaming company. And again, because so many people will have joint ownership in it, that's where I feel like it's guaranteed to get more traction than just one person doing it alone.
That's true.